Hello there, I'm Charlie, aka Ronan Logan X, and this is Ronan Logan X Reviews. In this video, I'm taking a look at Howard the Duck from the third Disney Plus wave of Marvel Legends. Now, I really love the character of Howard the Duck, although I will admit that I'm mostly familiar with him from the live action movie as well as his appearances in the MCU and his stint in the Marvel Zombies comics. So I was really looking forward to this figure when I saw it announced. So let's check it out. In the way of accessories, he comes with a Build-A-Figure piece for Khonshu, as well as Scott Lang from the Marvel Zombies episode of What If. Now, I really think that this is a cool piece as an accessory. However, I do have one major complaint about it, and that is that he's completely inarticulate. Now, it doesn't completely ruin the accessory for me. However, I just feel like it's a majorly missed opportunity on their part to make a supremely fun piece. I mean, I can just imagine what people would be doing with him if they had articulated the head as well as made it where you could actually remove it. I mean, people could be having a ton of Futurama fun with this accessory if they had done so. At least that's what I think. But with all of that said, he does still look really awesome. I mean, he looks pretty much spot on to his appearance in the episode, which is, in my opinion, a fantastic recreation of an actor in animation form. Now, let's move on to the figurine of Howard the Duck. And starting with articulation, he really is a mixed bag. Below the waist, he's pretty much just a chunk of plastic, with the only articulation there being his feet, which you can turn around from side to side a little. Above the waist, on the other hand, he does come with a decent amount of articulation, but nowhere nearly as much as you would expect out of a Marvel Legends figure. You can turn and tilt him at the waist, and his arms are fairly articulated, although his hands can only be turned in the sockets. That's the extent of the articulation on them. And his head can be tilted forward and backwards a little and turned from side to side, but that's pretty much it. That said, he's nowhere near a complete chunk of plastic of a figure, so it's not a complete letdown. Now, since he is an animated character, whether it's in live action or in an animated series, there really isn't a likeness to look at. So I'm just going to comment on the character design of the character and how it's translated in the figure. And the simple fact is that I think he looks pretty great for his new design in the MCU. It's definitely an improvement on his original appearance in the Stinger for the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I really didn't like the look of him in that film. It looked too grotesque, in my opinion. I mean, I know he's supposed to look bizarre, but not ugly, at least from what I know of the character. Anyways, I think that they translated his new design perfectly in the What If animated series, and they also perfectly translated his look in action figure form. If I had to pick out a nitpick, it would probably be that I wished that they had made it where his fedora could be removed, as I think that that would at least add some more variety to the poses and looks that you could give him. But that's a very minor thing and by no means any sort of deal breaker. So, with all of that said, I would give this figure a recommendation, albeit with some caveats. The first is that you should definitely lower your expectations of this figure, as it's definitely not going to be anywhere near comparable to your standard Marvel Legends figure. And the second is that unless you're a diehard fan of Howard the Duck or are trying to assemble the Build-A-Figure, you can probably try and get this on sale, as even with everything that's in the package, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the retail price that they're currently asking for. If this was only a few years ago and it was only $19.99, then yeah, definitely, but maybe not so much nowadays. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you have found it helpful and informative in any decisions you might have regarding the purchase of this figure. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe, and ring that bell icon if you would like to be notified about any of my future videos. Also, if you might be interested in anything else of mine, you can find me on Instagram at RonanLogoNext, where I post toy photography pictures as well as puppy pictures of my pup Ripley. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.